Okay, so I've ordered a collapsible rain barrel. I'm going to assemble this 200-gallon rain barrel and set it out to collect the rainwater for my garden. So wish me luck. Okay, so it's really just attaching 3 things to this and then putting in the supports along the side. So the first is the bottom drain spigot. I have a little screw nut there to assemble it. All right, so we're looking for the bottom drain hole, and we're going to attach the bottom spigot here. Got a washer on the inside, so that, well, there's a washer on the inside and the outside. And then we have a washer and a threaded screw for the inside. So we'll just put those together, screw that in place, hand tight. All right, next up. All right, next up is at the top, there is a top overflow valve. And again, 2 washers just to make sure, yeah, again, 2 rubber washers to go on the inside, outside. So that'll go up here at the top. 1 washer on the outside, washer on the inside. And this is a filter screen that goes on the inside. This keeps it from overflowing. It'll just come out through the filter screen and just overflow. All right, yeah, it seems like there's a max to how tight it gets, so I think that's about right. Okay, then we attach the spigot to the hole that's at least bucket height up. So again, got a washer on both sides. All right, and this one has another filter screen. So that's our connections. All right, and then we have 9 support rods that go along the side. Looks like those go in from the bottom. There's a little flat side there. So we'll open up the hole. All right, and it has a nice foot that's gonna just hold the weight there. All right, and we'll just do the rest of them and get all 9 in there. All right, that's all 9 in. So let's try expanding that out. See how it looks. It's gonna be a lot more secure once there's all that water pressing out. Right now it's wanting to fold in. You can see the lid has a nice opening there so that you can have your rainwater going right in. All right, so now that we have it mostly assembled, need to find a spot for it. So you can put it so that it has a drain spout going into it. What I think I'm gonna do is collect water in buckets and then just transfer it in here to store it. The recommendation is it needs a shady spot. You don't want the water getting heated up because it can hurt your plants if it's too hot. Plus it's gonna get a lot of algae growth in there. So you want it in a nice shady spot. Luckily, the back of my house is mostly shaded. So I'm gonna check and figure out the best spot. All right, after looking around the yard and looking at the different downspouts we have from what's coming down from the roof, I think I'm just gonna do a little standalone underneath these steps here at the edge of my deck. It's relatively flat. I might be able to flatten it up a little bit more because you want it on even ground. You don't want it to, be flowing down and put pressure on one side. So I think this is pretty stable right here. I think I may just do a little bit of quick leveling, and I think this is a good home for it right here. It's in a shady spot, relatively level, won't take too much to get it in a good spot. I can add the water from my rain buckets right into the big barrel. And this is a 200-gallon, so I don't think I've got that much from the first rain, but as I collect it over time, I'm gonna start filling it up. All right, yeah, pretty happy with that. That was quick and easy. All right, time to get ready to start filling it up. There's more. Okay, I checked around. There is more, but it's in a wagon. It's in a little basket. It's in another bin that I can't bring over here until I've got some empty buckets. Yeah, at the top there is a little screen here, but you can see all these buckets. They've been sitting out while I was waiting on the rain barrel to be delivered. So mosquitoes were laying their larvae in there, and I didn't want a bunch of mosquitoes in my garden. So since I had just done the project with the cayenne pepper spray and I had cheesecloth for that, I went ahead and used cheesecloth to cover the tops of all these buckets. So hopefully there's not mosquitoes when I take that off, and I can use one of those over the screen here just to give it a little bit more filtering. All right, so far so good. Doesn't look too bad. All right, so I'm gonna cover the screen with that and we'll pour it in through the screen. Whew, it's a lot of heavy buckets to be lifting to pour. Yeah, it went pretty good until it caved in my cheesecloth. But it is filtering out a lot of stuff, so that's good. All right, not bad. Okay. All right, one barrel down. To it. Might as well double it up while I'm at it. Nope. I'm sure there's better ways of doing this, but I'm trying to do this before I lose light back here. I really got to get higher. All right, 2 barrels down. All right, now it has a little bit in there. Go ahead and make sure it's all spaced out. Oh, and turn off my spigot. Don't want all my water pouring out. But it's good to know that works. Well, actually, that's not the spigot. That's the part you can do with a hose. All right, so which way is closed here? I'm assuming that's closed. We'll see once it fills up that high. Yeah, I'm liking the cheesecloth idea. The execution lacks a little bit. All right. Time for a clever idea. Ooh, and that one definitely was producing mosquitoes. You know, I think that worked. Putting the cheesecloth on there, there is a layer of dead mosquitoes on top of this barrel. But, like I said, time for a clever idea. Half bucket at a time, more control. Yeah, you can see all the stuff it's filtering out. Ooh. Yeah, that was a dirty bucket. Yeah, dirty bucket. Let's go clean that a little bit. Actually, I got more cheesecloth. We'll clean that later. Yeah, it works fine when you hit the center. You hit the sides and it moves it all. All right, that's my buckets. And it has a whole lot of little baby mosquitoes in there. Give that a good squeeze. Try to kill them all. All right. Well, thank you for watching an old man pour water in a barrel. Whew. It's gonna be a great addition to the garden. Still got to get the rest of the water in there. Now the bucket. Figured out the trick. Keep your hand on your shoulder. Almost done. All right. That's the last of it. Now it's time to go inside, take a nice shower. Oh, it's up to the spigot. All right, now I know what's off, but it's good to know it's up to the spigot. So, woohoo! All right, I'm very happy. I got my 200-gallon rain barrel all set up, ready to collect and fill it up. Use it in my garden. It's gonna be awesome. Thank you for watching. I will leave a subscribe button there and a playlist for more gardening together so you can join the journey. Yeah, please subscribe and come back for more. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it's already getting dark. Well, at least too dark to film. So I'm probably gonna play in the garden some and film more in the garden tomorrow. Still got a lot of cleaning up to do.